It's time to look at adding a blog to your site. Now, if you recall from one of the earlier lectures, and I know that might feel like that was a lifetime away, but we spoke a little bit about what posts were and what pages were. And I know it was a little confusing because I said posts were more of a chronological kind of weblog or blog, and pages were more to represent the pages of a website. And of course, in the entire course, we've been focusing on pages, and we added a about, a contact, a home, a products, services, etc. So hopefully pages make a lot of sense to you by now. That is really going to be your main website. The pages, once you've created them, they typically don't change too much. Now, if you've got the kind of website where you're not really adding products or services, maybe you're in the internet marketing space, or you're trying to provide some kind of chronology of events, that's when a blog starts becoming important. The blog is for that article that you kind of want to write on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis, just to keep fresh content in your website. So what a lot of people will do is actually mix the two together. So we have all these pages. Now, let's say that we create a blog along with it. So let's go to the posts. I want to delete this one that came with WordPress. Let's move that to the trash. And let's create a new post. And the reason we're going to do this is, maybe we want to do reviews of products so that we can start getting better Google rankings. So I'm going to say review of red product. I recently reviewed the red product, and this is what I found. You can do the list of pros and the list of cons, etc. So a standard kind of product review. And then notice here with the blog, you can also choose the format of a blog article, whether we want it standard or with an image in it. And it'd be good to add some images and so forth, but let's not worry too much about that right now. And then the category. Now, categories are important when you create blog articles because it helps to tag them. But I want to show you a little trick. So there's one category by default called uncategorized. Let's add a new category and we call it blog. So we add that category and we'll make this article associated with that blog category, and we'll publish it. Now, if we go back to our website, let's refresh here. It doesn't show up anywhere because remember, we set our static home page as pointing to the home page, and we've got the menu bar that we created. We don't see our blog article anywhere. Now let's go to our menu and let's bring that in. So we can, for example, go here by categories, and remember we created a new category called blog, and all our posts are going to be tagged with the blog category. Let's add that to the menu. So it's right there at the end, and you can move it, for example, but the end is good. And let's save that. So now if we refresh, we have a new menu item, which is our blog, and there's our review of our red product, and it shows the date that it was created. Note when you go to a product page, or a page, it doesn't show the date. A blog or a post, by its very nature, is typically kind of very timely, related to having dates next to them. So let's just to recap what we did before we expand upon that. I created a post. Let's edit that. And then I created a new category and I associated it with the blog category that I just created. And then I came back and I said on my menus, for the main menu, I said I added in the blog category. So any post that's been tagged with that blog category is going to show up under that blog on my menu. Okay, so far so good. So now posts, these are the things you kind of do on a daily basis. And then maybe tomorrow I review the blue product. My review of the blue product. It would help if I could type here. And again, remember, I've got to come here and check this blog category to have it show up, because my menu is going to look for all posts that have been tagged with this blog category. So let's publish that. and we'll go over here and let's hit refresh. So take a look now. When you go to blog, you have the review of the red product. Now you have the review of the blue product, and you can see how it just stacks them one on top of the other. WordPress will be smart enough to offer pagination when it gets too many, and it'll start archiving it so you can start seeing December's blogs, November's blogs, etc. as well. But so you can see how posts are different to pages. My posts are this kind of rolling log of articles and thoughts that I might have, product reviews or anything you want to do to add content to your website that you would keep adding. It doesn't fit under necessarily my products or my services or about. It's this unique set of additional content that I keep adding. And some people, of course, they don't have pages, they only have a blog, because that's very common in the internet marketing space, where you just keep adding new articles about how to do marketing, how to do email marketing, how to get backlinks, etc. And as you keep adding content, you just keep adding these posts. So most sites, though, are going to be a mixture of it. The best way to start off is to completely step back and on a piece of paper, just sketch out your website. Sketch out what you think the menu would be and which pages you would need. Sketch out if you think you need a blog or only a blog. Just play with it on paper, and then you'll quickly figure out what you need to make this work. Now, also remember that blogs, you can have the option to allow people to leave comments to blog articles as well, which is a good idea to do.